Welcome to English with Ammy.
Hey everyone, have you ever wanted to tell a friend about something really cool that happened yesterday, but you weren't totally sure about the right words to use? Well, today we are going to master exactly that. We are talking about how to talk about the past clearly and with confidence. So let's just jump right into the big question. How do we actually talk about things that are finished, done, over with? Think about it for a second. What did you do yesterday? How would you say that in English? That's exactly what we are going to nail down today. To answer that question, we need to get familiar with a really useful tool called the simple past tense. I know, tense can sound a little technical, maybe even a bit scary, but I promise you, this one is incredibly simple. Let's break down the basics. Okay, so what is this thing? Honestly, the best way to think about the simple past tense is like a time machine for your words. It's what we use for any action that both started and ended sometime in the past. The most important word there is finished. The action is not happening anymore. It's totally complete. And you want to know the best part? It follows a super simple formula. You just need two things: a subject, which is just who or what is doing the action, and a past verb. That's it. That's the whole structure right there. Let's see what that actually looks like. Here's our very first example. I played cricket yesterday. The subject is I, right? And the past verb is played. This simple sentence tells us that the action of playing cricket is completely over. It happened yesterday and now it's done. Okay, so that's the theory. But let's be honest, grammar only really clicks when we see it out in the wild. So let's look at some more examples that you could actually use in your day-to-day conversations. Think about something you probably do all the time. I watched TV yesterday. Simple, right? The action watching is finished. And notice how the verb watch now has that ed sound at the end to become watched. Now what if we change the person doing the action? She cooked food. See, it doesn't matter if the subject is I or she, the structure stays exactly the same. We know the cooking is finished. And we see this same pattern again with he played football. The verb play becomes played, and that one little change tells us the whole story. The game is over. What if we are talking about a group of people? They visited a park. Even when you have a plural subject like they, the rule doesn't change one bit. The verb visit just becomes visited. And hey, here's one that's just for us. We studied English. Maybe you studied yesterday, maybe it was last week. That specific action of studying is complete. You see, you're already getting this. So by now, I'm pretty sure you've noticed a pattern in all those examples. There's a really simple trick for most verbs in English, and I like to call it the magic ED rule. Let's take a closer look at how it works. The process is just so simple. First, you start with the basic verb, like play or watch. Then, for step 2, you just stick the letters ed right on the end. And that's it. Just like that, you get the past tense verb, played or watched. This is an awesome shortcut that works for so many verbs in English. Alright, I have done enough talking. Now it's your turn to be the expert. We are going to do a quick practice round to make sure this all sticks. You ready? Let's do this together. Okay, first one. The cat and the verb is jump, high. How would you make that a past tense sentence? Take a second and think about it. The cat did what? Next up, this one should look familiar. She and the verb is cook, food. What's the past tense of cook? You've totally got this. You've seen it before. And for the last one in our little quiz, they and our verb is visit a park. How do we make visit into something that already happened? Think about that magic ED rule. Okay, moment of truth. Let's check those answers. For the first one, it's the cat jumped high. For the next two, our magic ED rule works perfectly. She cooked food and they visited a park. Awesome job. Now, it is important to know that some verbs don't follow this ED rule. They are what we call irregular verbs. But don't even worry about that for now. We'll talk all about those special cases in another explainer. Alright, we have covered a lot in a pretty short amount of time. So what are the absolute most important things you need to remember from all this? Let's boil it all down to the key takeaways. So here are the 3 big things. Number 1, use the simple past tense for any action that is completely finished. Number 2, the structure is always subject plus the past verb. And number 3, for most regular verbs, all you have to do is just add ed to the end.
If you can remember those three things, you are in fantastic shape. So now the power is in your hands. You have the tools to talk about your past. So I leave you with a question you see on the screen. What did you do yesterday? Try to answer it out loud in a full sentence. Seriously, it's the best way to make this lesson really stick. Thanks for watching and keep practicing.
Please comment your answer and see you in next video. Bye-bye.